We're happy to welcome next on the morning show from Baker College, Senior Instructional Designer, Naketa Jones. Good morning, Naketa.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
Well, thank you.
Nice.
Great
Thanks.
to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in today. Today we're going to talk about something I don't know very much about, AI. And when I think about AI in like education in college, I think about, oh, that's a great way to write term papers.
Yeah, I bet students think that also, but it can be further from the truth in terms of like what all it can do.
How do you embrace AI as a learning tool at Baker?
Sure. So as a senior instructional designer, I'm also an associate professor. And so I was very concerned about how students were going to use the tool. So that really made me dive deep into what the tool is and if it's going to help students and not hinder students. And what I found is that it can actually be a great learning tool for students, not only to help them with coming up with ideas and to engage in the material, but really help them with the learning process. I was really afraid that this was going to take away from the critical thinking that we want our students to have. But in fact, if you use it correctly, it actually helps.
Yeah, I would think that it could be lazy and develop some lazy habits if you just ask ChatGPT to do all the research for you.
Absolutely, and so that was one of my concerns, and not only my concern as a professor, but also my concern as creating curriculum. And so really diving in deep, we are learning that when you use the tool the correct way, when faculty are trained in how to use it and actually help them to engage in the learning process, then it becomes a tool to help.
It's going to be a challenge for you. So you made the decision, AI is here, it's here to stay, we're going to have to, we as an institution are going to have to adapt so that it's used correctly.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so one of the things that Baker College is really good at is training students before they enter the workforce. And so we figure every industry is racing to figure out how can we use this tool to increase our outcomes, to increase our profitability. And so we figured as an institution that we should train students right now before they enter the workforce to make sure that they know how to use it correctly and they're on top of the game when it comes to industry standards.
So are there ways that you are teaching people how to use AI once they get into a career?
Absolutely. So for the first time, and I'm very proud of this, Baker College is instituting a chatbot right in the curriculum. So students can open up their coursework and see a chatbot right there. So we don't want students to say, oh, here's a shortcut or here's a way to like craft my whole entire essay. They can really use it as a tool guided by the instructor. So that's first and foremost. When the instructor is guiding the student on how to use it the correct way, in terms of like coming up with different ways of using the information and different ways of engaging, then we're finding that students have a deeper learning and desire to want to learn the material.
Are there careers or programs at Baker where AI is just not going to be part of the discussion?
Well, we as an institution, we're embracing AI across the board. So we are wanting faculty to really dive in deep on learning the tool and how the tool can help students engage in the material. So across the board, whether it's writing or science or biology or nursing, we're encouraging our faculty to really understand how to use AI and how they can use it as a tool to help students learn it as well. It's all about AI literacy.
Do you have students and maybe even some faculty, some old school faculty that they're afraid of AI?
Absolutely, and I was one of them, you know, because I teach writing and critical thinking, and so when I learned what AI can do, I became very concerned. One, because we're teaching students how to craft an essay, and so if these tools can craft an essay, what is left? Like, how can we use this tool to still, teach students how to write essays? But what I'm finding is that Instead of using it to create the entire essay, use the tool in the correct way to build upon it. For example, if we ask students to write, say, a thesis statement, write that thesis statement your own first. So no tools, no AI, and then take it to an AI tool and see how can I improve it, how can I build upon it, and how can I strengthen it. And we're finding that when students learn how to think first and then use the tool, they're able to like level up their game, make it improved and make it stronger. And we're finding that students are feeling more confident in their ability to do the work.
Do you like maybe low intelligence AI tools like spell check, Grammarly? Do you want students to be using those on a regular basis?
Absolutely. So Grammarly is a form of AI. It's automation and some of these other tools that it's kind of like ingrained in what we do, right? So when we type out an email, it may predict some words before we even finish the sentence. That's part of AI. So it's kind of ingrained in what we already do. These chatbots are helping us to kind of level up our game, polishing the information and making us feel more confident in having control over the information that we have.
We're hearing stories that AI is going to be putting people out of work. Are there concerns? Do students wonder, hey, am I learning something that I'm going to be in a job that gets replaced because of AI?
That's a very strong concern that we have, and what we're finding is that when we teach students how to use AI in the industry that they're going into, they'll be more likely to be employable from the employer, because employers are expecting students to come in, to walk into the workforce with these skills already. So we're expecting faculty to train students on how to use AI correctly, so they have the skills and they're not behind when they walk into the workforce. And so our job is to prepare students in the workforce, and we're working towards those goals.
What careers, where are you seeing AI? Is it mostly tech environments where AI is going to be something necessary students will learn?
It's across every single industry. So every single industry is figuring out how can I leverage AI to be more profitable, to be more nimble, to make quicker decisions. And we want students to be able to have those skills ready to go. So it makes sense for me to incorporate AI into the classroom first, and then they can walk in the door and feel more confident.
Are there careers or programs at Baker where it's AI? You're teaching AI. This is, I want to be an AI person for a career.
Absolutely. So we do have programs and coursework that's focused on AI. But regardless if you want to go into programming or developing these tools, you can still learn how to use these tools on the other end that will make you employable just the same.
And it's, I guess, a competitive field where if you're not teaching it, somebody else is.
Absolutely. So we look at faculty as the role models in the classroom. So teaching students how to use it correctly in the classroom is what we as faculty are supposed to do. So not pushing it back on the student to then copy and paste, or pushing it back on the student to say figure it out. We as the faculty members are supposed to be the role models and paving the way for that. So we want to show you, how do you use it correctly? How do you use it in an ethical way, and to be able to level up your skills? And so that's where we're pushing our faculty to do.
Okay, I'm not afraid of it anymore.
No, go in, and we encourage faculty and students to go in and use the tool. The only way that you're really going to learn how to engage in it correctly is using it. Take trainings and really explore yourself.
Awesome. Great to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Pleasure.
You bet. Naketa Jones, Senior Instructional Designer at Baker College. The morning show continues after this.